Guys, the show is over. If you're a little farther in the back, without bum rushing or irritating security, everybody come on forward like a family. Everybody come on up. If you guys are staying here for what I have to say, it's very important. Tonight's special. We had great wrestling. I'm excited for the match we just had, the beautiful women's match you saw, everything on Dynamite, dark last night. But it's a very special night because somebody who is an unsung hero, a 40-year veteran in our industry. Well, you know what, I'm gonna stop myself. I'm just an EVP.
Very exciting.
We need the main man.
Keith
We
Mitchell.
need the head honcho. Ladies and gentlemen, as loud as you can humanly get for Cody. God!
Very exciting. Going down the steps to see what the big announcement is. Very exciting. Keith Mitchell tribute. It's a bittersweet night. He doesn't want to take your time. Let's see what happens. Going down these goddamn steps.
Pro Wrestling show. This guy had already made iconic contributions, and we wouldn't be here with all the great things we have in wrestling without this man. Ladies and gentlemen, Keith Mitchell. Before Keith gives what is a historic speech in wrestling, believe me, some friends are going to come out to join us because I think a bunch of them want to be here for this. This is very emotional. Ladies and gentlemen, first up, somebody who's worked with Keith long before there was an AEW in a place called World Championship Wrestling. Late champion, Chris Jericho. To have the first ever AEW champion out here, the former WCW television champion, the former WCW cruiserweight champion, the man who has holds. Keith made all that great television. Keith produced the 1,004 holds and all those matches. And a lot of other great friends who worked with Keith along the way coming out here. If anybody wants to join us, this is an important night for a lot of us, I know. Might have a few things to say to Keith, but there's one more person. We There's one more person that wants to say thank you to Keith. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Schtick!
Let me say something about Keith Mitchell. He not only is the greatest executive producer I ever worked with and for, he knew how to treat people with respect, and that's why we are paying him the respect he deserves here today.
Like the McMahons.
And I'll make this short. My heart goes out to Keith and his family, but I'm really kind of pissed off now because now I'm going to be the oldest guy in WCW now that he's leaving.
AEW.
What'd I say? AEW? Did I say WCW? What the hell was wrong? See, I told you I'm an old fucker.
He just proved he really is old.
So I'm gonna be old there too. And now, another old person, Chris Jericho.
Just two things quickly. First of all, believe it or not, 31 years in the business, this is the first time I've ever been in the same ring as Sting. First time ever. Ever. Just putting that out there. Second of all, if there was a Hall of Fame for wrestling producers, wrestling executive producers, wrestling visionaries, Keith Mitchell would be in this Hall of Fame. I want to explain something else too. This man is a pioneer. 40 years ago, he had a big hand in creating ring music for wrestlers. Guys used to come to the ring with no music. Keith was one of the guys who gave guys music to come to the ring to. He was also one of the original guys who created packages for wrestling TV shows. Right there. So when we say it's been 40 years of genius, he is a genius when it comes to behind the scenes of what you guys watch on your wrestling TV shows every single week. Chances are Keith created one of those things that you watch. A true class act, a true Hall of Famer, Keith Mitchell.
McMahon wouldn't do
sorry to let you down.
Hey, you know what? I go back more than 3 decades with Keith. Keith has produced just about everything under the sun from the beginning of my career to this very day. And I'm telling you what, in the beginning of my career, I needed a whole lot of help. And in the end of my career, I need a whole lot of help, and thank God for Keith Mitchell. Keith was one of the first faces that I saw when I came back here in Jacksonville and saw some familiar faces. I saw some, but when I saw Keith, I went, wow, I'm coming home here. This is not only TNT, but you know, it's not only Arn Anderson and Cody and Dustin and the rest, it's Keith Mitchell. And I can't tell you how much Keith means to me. Seeing your friendly face when I came back here, I'm telling you what, even the Stinger can be somewhat intimidated, and I was somewhat intimidated coming back at my age. But when I saw Keith, thank you, Keith. Thank you for all the good years. Thank you for being such a pro. Love your family, met your family earlier for the first time in 35 years. I don't know why it took so long, but I'm gonna shut my mouth now, Keith, because I think everybody wants to hear from you.
Thank you, thank you. I don't deserve all this. These guys are the ones that deserve all the applause. Man, they do the hard work. All I do is count backwards from 10 over and over and over. Who deserves it? Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll tell you who really deserves it. I had it easy. I got to go get in a plane and fly all around the world and play with these guys and, you know, have a good time, have nice times after the shows. But there was one person that stayed at home and allowed me to be able to go around the world, and that's my wife, Cindy Mitchell. I love her to death, and she is the most awesome wife in the world. And that's, if you're going to work in the wrestling business, to have a solid foundation at home is the most important thing in your life. Cindy, come on down here. Come on, you gotta come down here.
WWE would never do this for a long-term employee. They just fired him.
Cindy.
Vince McMahon would never think to do this. Tell Vince Russo to hire a nanny to watch.
Thank you, Cindy.
Alright, let's not go that far.
She's the champ. She's the champ. I love all these guys. It's been an amazing career for me, 40 years. I never worked a day. It was always fun. I always heard if you love your job, you love what you're doing, you don't work a day in your life. And I haven't worked the last 40 years. Because of stars like these guys right here, they made my job easy. All I had to do is count backwards from 10, play some music. They came out and did all the hard work, man. And another extremely special person to me, this man right here, saved professional wrestling. I told him last night. I told him last night, thank you, Tony. I told him last night I waited 37 years for him to show up. He finally came along. I'm glad he did. But, you know, none of us would be employed at all if it wasn't for the awesome wrestling fans. They're the best fans in the world, right? Aren't they? And the fans here in Jacksonville are the best fans of all. This is the home of AEW. We spent 13 months living here. We became a family, and we hunkered down here in Jacksonville and weathered out the storm. And thanks to people working late at the Whataburger or whatever was finally open when we finally left here. And because of them, we were able to hunker down and get through it. And I just want to thank all of y'all for putting up with us for a year and a half while we stayed here. And we're the best fans in the world. This is Matt Mitchell. He's my A1 and my oldest son. My youngest son, David, is up there with Cheyenne, my granddaughter. Anyway, if y'all will indulge me, please. Hit the lights for me, Jeff.
Hey, hit Keith's music.
That was really cool, all you being here for that. It was really cool, all you staying here for this. You guys really do love professional wrestling. Thank you. Guys, let's say goodbye to Keith.